Hi friends, my name is Paige,
I'm Morgan.
and this is
Girl Manufactured.
Listen or cringe along with us as we look back at music from the it girls, wannabes, and victims of the tween idol industrial complex.
Which icons broke the mold, and which sitcom starlets turned forgotten pop stars still deserve their flowers.
Our credentials were two queer millennials who were raised on aughts Disney, Nickelodeon, and MTV.
I work in communications now, but I'm a graduate of a performing arts high school and a recovering singer-songwriter.
And I'm a creative writer and professional advertising demon.
On this episode of Girl Manufactured, we're discussing Lalaine Vergara-Paras, or as you may have known her on Lizzie McGuire,
Miranda Sanchez.
Yes. So we're going to be looking at a full-length album, Inside Story, and then 2 EPs, Haunted and More Than Words Can Say. And now Paige will kick it off with some cultural context.
Well, let's start off with Lalaine herself. Lalaine, she was always booked as Lalaine, but Lalaine Vergara-Paras was born on June 3rd, 1987 in Burbank, California. And has
Gemini.
Oh. You know the I don't know the dates like that.
Well, just because I know, it's just because I know Geminis.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She's been working in the industry since 1999. Her career began with leading roles in Les Mis when she landed the role with Broadway National Touring Company.
Wow.
So Ashley Tisdale.
And Lalaine.
This is a hot role.
Definitely.
For, how old would she have been? 19.
It's the Les Mis to Disney pipeline.
It is. Oh, wow. I wonder, I hope we find another. I hope we find another example
we definitely will.
This. So, as Morgan mentioned, most of us know Lalaine from Lizzie McGuire, which was from 2001 to 2004. And
it's so silly how short these shows actually run, because it always seems like it's so long as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I thought about Phil of the Future. When I really think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really remember. But I think it's because it probably played a lot of the same episodes and stuff. I just probably saw so much of it that I was like, wow. So from 2001 to 2004, she played Lizzie's Mexican-American best friend, Miranda Sanchez. Oh, I loved her character.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you watch Lizzie McGuire? Because Lizzie McGuire was, I feel like, a staple.
I watched a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because my sisters really liked it.
For context, Morgan, your sisters are how old?
At this point, one would have been 15, the other would have been 12.
Okay, so Ashley was 12.
Yeah.
And how old would you have been?
8.
Oh.
I was a little baby.
Yeah. They felt so grown up. Miranda's character was amazing. The clothing, the statement pieces she wore on that show, and the hair. I think I forget which sister of Sleepover Cinnamon said this.
Sleepover Cinnamon?
Sleepover Cinema said this. I'm sorry. Said that the hairstyles on Lizzie McGuire were white excellence. That feels so great. But you know what? Fuck white excellence. Because Lalaine is Filipino.
Woo!
I was so excited to read it. When we were doing our research separately, Morgan texted me and was like, did you see she's Filipino? And I was like, yes, we're definitely talking about it. So if I haven't mentioned already, I'm half Filipino. On my dad's side, white mom. White mom, it's different. She had a life that I could never have imagined. Her parents were originally from the Philippines.
Damn.
Yeah. And in fact, after Lizzie McGuire, she went to the Philippines and hosted a mini travel series called Flipside.
Ooh.
You can find clips of it on YouTube.
We gotta watch it.
Gotta reconnect with my culture. But she got to, represent Disney there, and she was always proud to be a Pinoy, but it wasn't always easy. In 2019, she posted on Instagram that she was, and I'm getting this from a news source because her Instagram also is private now, but she claimed that she was forced to look basically as white as possible, and that negatively affected her self-image. She didn't use her surname because it sounded too Hispanic/ethnic, and that is why she's normally credited by her first name only, Lalaine.
So, did you see yourself in the character Miranda? Like you saw Miranda Cosgrove and Vanessa Hudgens?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard, right? It gets it gets deep. One of the things I wrote is like I needed her. Like I needed her. It was good to see her. Like I said, her clothes were so cool. Like she had like this nonconformist attitude. She was like a spunky one. I felt like I did identify with that in ways.
Mm-hmm.
But and it would have been the same struggle that in theory the character Miranda would have been having is even though I'd be like, oh, she's so cool, and I'm able to see that now. I'm like, she's still not the white, pretty, blonde, blue-eyed girl main character.
Mm.
And so I had that list growing up where it was like writing down like everything I hate about myself. Like I wanted my nose to be slimmer. I hated like my eyes because to me like they didn't look white enough, but also they didn't look like quote unquote Asian enough because like I didn't look like this. I didn't look Japanese, basically, or Chinese. Like it was rough growing up. So it's just hard because you would think in real life that could have been Miranda too. Like that's something that we would never see her struggle with in Lizzie McGuire. Like what it's like for her to not be white. But like that's the thing. The fact that she's also playing the best friend, like that's such a trope. And I was gonna say, thank God we do have Brenda Song though, because Brenda Song played a best friend on multiple shows. And of course, when she started playing London Tipton, she was like a major character. She was like beyond the best friend, I'd say, at that point, because she's as iconic as Sharpay.
Yeah.
Like she is also Disney royalty. But these days kids are a little luckier with the representation, it seems.
Like the people growing up today.
Andy Mack premiered on Disney in 2017. Have you heard of Andy Mack?
No.
I don't know why you would have. I think maybe because like, why have I heard this?
Well, I mean, your sister wasn't even in college in 2017, so it could have been her.
Oh, that's true. Like we were like Disney kids. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that was 2017, and that stars Peyton Elfie Lee, who is half Chinese.
Nice.
Yep. And Wasians can always spot another Wasian. But it's the first Disney show to star a majority Asian American family.
Wow.
And like cast.
Wow.
Like you know how that was Raven for Black Americans, Asian Americans. Yeah. This is
on the Disney Channel.
On the Disney Channel. Oh, no, there's Tia and Tamara. Maybe way back. But of this generation, this like time period, I would say. But also Andy Mack was one of the first series, or was the first series on Disney Channel to feature a gay main character, one of her best friends. So if we had
maybe that's how you heard it.
Because isn't that such a like, I wish I had that growing up. Things would have been much different for me. And the creator, Terry Minsky, is the brilliant mind behind, can you guess?
Sweet Life?
Lizzie McGuire.
Oh.
So back to
That's what
Lizzie,
we're talking about
back
here.
to Liz McGuire and Lalaine. Lalaine missed the last 6 episodes of the season, as well as the Lizzie McGuire movie.
We gonna get dirt on that?
We will. It's not.
It's not dirt.
It's not dirt.
Oh, okay.
Squash dirt. Squash beef. Was never beef. But I remember that there were rumors that they had beef on set. Did you hear that, or did you just hear from me that there was a rumor? I'm out here spreading rumors about the beef. But when I looked into it, they were not. It was really just her being double booked by Disney.
Going to the Philippines?
No, she was working on the DCOM You Wish, which ends up featuring her song You Wish. But yeah, they were actually friends, her and Hillary. So there was
Nice.
we'd meet each other at auditions and stuff. Sometimes we'd hung out after, but always hung out at auditions. So we became kind of close. It made our scenes together much easier.
Aw.
Isn't that cute? So yeah, there was no beef. She just
Okay.
was like, yeah.
And how old was she when she started in the show?
Did I not look that up? All right, 87, 2001.
Wow, she was 14.
Whoa,
Wow.
you did that math fast. I'm still typing it in the Mac.
Wow. Oh, boy.
I didn't even try.
Oh, boy.
I did not even try. Miranda told Huffington Post in 2015. Miranda said,
Miranda.
sorry.
Oh, my.
I'm so sorry. I'm so high. Lalaine basically said she would have been really bummed if she had to miss out on You Wish. So she admitted that she could see why a lot of people like don't understand why she didn't complete Lizzie McGuire, but I think she was like real excited, I guess. I don't know. Or Disney just forced her. She was a
she
kid,
like
so I don't know how.
like a lead role in You Wish? Because I could see like, oh, if it was a bigger role than just playing someone's sidekick.
No, she was not a lead.
Oh.
She was not like the lead was this guy, but her song was in it. But it's like her song could have been it without her being in it. I don't know.
Who knows?
I sometimes I wonder what would have happened to her if she had been in the finale and in the iconic movie.
Well, what happens in the show? Does she move away?
I think so. I forget what it was, but there was gonna be some loose ends tied because they had pitched a Miranda-centric spinoff.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But Disney turned it down. They ended up turning it down.
Losers.
Yeah, it would have been technically about Miranda's little sister, but Lalaine still would have been. We would have seen a lot more of Lalaine.
Mm-hmm.
Lalaine, I think, around that time, she played the guitar, piano, and drums for fun. And later we'll find out she learns the bass.
Mm. Just like me.
Oh, wait.
I play all those instruments.
Yeah, you do.
I do. So You Wish was in the movie You Wish, and then it was later included on Lalaine's first album. It's her only full-length album called Inside Story, and that was released July 8th, 2003, when Lalaine was just 16 years old.
Damn. Can you imagine doing this as a 16-year-old?
It's amazing. It's really impressive.
At the time that this dropped, and Lalaine was just rocking our world. What was the number one song? The first two are each by a
Is it
winner.
50 Cent?
No.
Oh,
both of them.
American Idol winner?
Yes. Both of the top two spots go to American Idol. They're two only other American Idol people I would know other
Ruben
than like.
Studdard?
Yes.
They had a number one song?
He had number two. Number one was Clay Aiken, This Is the Night. I'd have to listen to it, and I'm sure I'd instantly remember it. But
That's the worst number one ever.
And number two was Flying Without Wings, Ruben Studdard. Who was
American
the winner?
Idol paid someone off on this.
What? I don't think so, because we were all obsessed. Like, we were so... American Idol was still revolutionary at this point. Or at least it felt that way. American Idol was a cultural reset. Again, don't know if I'm using that term, but my gut feels like this is a cultural reset
I'm just like, for those to be the number one and two song, because there was a lot of good music coming out in 2003.
Well, let me do the other from the top 10, and I think it'll paint a better picture for you.
Right.
Crazy in Love.
Yeah, like, come on, that's what I'm saying.
That's number 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Magic Stick. You said 50 Cent.
And Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim, yep. 21 Questions. There he is again.
Yeah, like I knew. I was like, 50 Cent has to be on there somewhere.
Get Busy.
Shandipa.
Rock With You. Ashanti. Oh my God.
Baby.
Bring Me to Life. Evanescence. And Paul McCoy. Yep. I don't know who Paul McCoy is, but I sure as hell know Evanescence.
Yeah, right. I don't know who Paul is. Sorry to that man.
I Know What You Want.
Oh, Busta Rhymes and Mariah Carey?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And, I love this one. Unwell by Matchbox 20.
Oh, we love Matchbox. We almost drove all the way to middle of Pennsylvania to see Matchbox 20 live.
Because it would have like also been so much cheaper compared to the concerts we
True.
go to.
Well, no, the
in
tickets were like
Philadelphia.
$35.
$35. Like that feels so unheard of these days. You mean I'm not paying like $100 for like minimum? Oh. It just felt like such a good throwback to pay lower prices and listen to Matchbox 20.
Yeah. For the like 7 songs we like.
Yeah.
That would have inevitably been at the end of the set. I hate when they do that. I'm like, come on, just play the good ones so I can leave early.
Right.
Play it up front.
Anyway. Related to music, but again, we gotta paint some broader strokes now.
Mm-hmm.
This year, Carson Daly announced that he would be leaving
TRL.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that shook white America. Like we were like, well, "You're leaving what?" Because I feel like for the longest time, people like MTV and him, they were one and the same.
Yeah.
So when he announced he was leaving, white America was just, what?
Yeah, and I forget. It got canceled not too long after, and then I think it came back in 2008, but not with him.
Yeah.
But he hosted it since 1998, which is like since its inception.
Wow.
Yep. April 28th.
He put MTV on the map.
Yeah. April 28, 2003, Apple opens iTunes Store.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I love how all the cultural stuff is
It
like
always has to do with
Apple.
There's an Apple product being dropped. All songs were 99 cents.
Could you even buy single songs anymore?
Like, I have no idea.
They probably cost like $1.99 now.
Who buys their music now? I'm curious. Do a lot of people still do that?
Yeah. I know some people like to stick it to the streaming man.
Okay. So it's a lot of people doing out of principle.
Yeah.
It's not like, a thing that, sometimes older people will do like, this is how I like to do it, and I'm just going to keep doing this way. And just really held on. Like, really resisted
I
the
know
streaming.
I know people with like 2006 iPods, so maybe.
Oh, I love that. I would love to hold that in my hand. I want to like...
yeah.
Oh, I wish I kept my old iPods. I might have one as like fidget spinners.
I think we're on like the little track. I think we're on to something there. What was your first iPod?
I had the iPod Nano, the like iconic like candy apple green one, like Granny Smith.
That would have been like one of the first few.
Mm-hmm, the lime with and the other. Oh, they look so beautiful lined up. The hot pink, that blue.
Mine was an iPod Shuffle.
What did it look like back then?
Like a remote. It didn't have a screen or anything.
Yeah. I knew that. I knew it didn't have a screen.
Yeah, I was roughing it.
Uggs were officially trending. Uggs were officially trending. How did you feel about Uggs?
I did not want... I was like, no, I was not into that.
I was like...
My dad would go to Modell's and pick up shirts for me that were on sale, and that was my wardrobe.
That's so fucking gay. That's so funny. Oh my God, I love that. You're like, whatever. At least they like knew you.
Yeah, unlike your dad.
Oh my God.
Getting you a Kids Bop CD.
Oh, stop. That is one of my like...
You should have gotten you Lalaine's CD.
He should have. That would have been so much cooler. Sorry.
At FYE.
I know this is just Paige lore. I'm sorry. With my dad. I love my dad so much, but like was like basically a workaholic. And then he didn't really know me that well. My mom knew me so well. But my dad went on like a trip to see his like guy college friends that he hadn't seen in a long time, and he came back and like one of the like gifts he got me, I don't know why, was I in 5th grade at this point, a Kids Bop CD.
Well, they're only available in Ohio.
That's what I was like, why
it's one of a kind.
Yeah. All right, so my dad went to Ohio State, so that's why they were there. And I'm just like, what is... Like, okay,
this local band,
maybe
Kids Bop.
Maybe I'm conflating two like
sure?
memories, but like it just felt like this random thing. It wasn't like a birthday or anything. Like or Christmas, he gave us each a gift, and I felt like such a brat. Like I felt so guilty inside, and like now, and part of it was being like, oh, I don't like this, like Kids Bop is for babies, like you don't understand. Mom lets us listen to his Green Day in the car.
Oh my God. Yo.
I don't need Kids Bop. But now I'm just like, oh, you weren't being like that bratty. Like you're also just sad that your dad like would have no idea to know that about you. But yeah, I didn't mind Uggs, and I actually got some hand-me-down pairs from my cousin Katie. Shout out to her. Sorry, I took us on a tangent. Finding Nemo was in theaters.
So great.
Pirates of the Caribbean came out the next day, July 9th. The July issue of Vanity Fair. The cover? You're going to remember this cover.
J-Lo? Not J-Lo?
This featured Amanda Bynes, Alexis Bledel, Mary-Kate Olsen, Ashley Olsen, obviously, Mandy Moore, Lindsay Lohan, Evan Rachel Wood, Raven Simone, and Hilary Duff.
Wow. We need this on our coffee table.
Right? Oh my God, that would be an amazing
That's our
coffee
Mount Rushmore.
So that's what was going on when, what the heck is his name? The name of this thing again?
Inside Story?
Inside Story came out. I'm sorry. It's that
It's
should
nothing
indicate
personal.
that should indicate how I feel about this album.
Ooh. Okay. Should we jump right into it?
I guess so. Just it's not.
All right. So again, it's 2003 for the first one we're talking about, Inside Story. Lalaine is venturing in the music scene while still starring in Lizzie McGuire. It's, about the tail end. After leaving the show, she released this debut album. The album itself saw minor success, though she did travel throughout the country and perform with Radio Disney. It has 10 songs on it. It's Lalaine's only full-length album released to date, and it's not on any streaming services. We could only find it on YouTube. Out of the 10 songs, Lalaine wrote 6 songs on the album, including Life is Good, Can't Stop, and Save Myself. It's heavily a pop rock album, which I love pop rock.
Me too.
And yes. And in 2004, she was signed to Warner Bros. Records and then released her only EP, Haunted, which we're also going to discuss in this episode. Fun fact, in 2004, If You Wanna Rock, it was on the soundtrack for the Disney Channel original movie Pixel Perfect.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah. I have no data available for Inside Story, so nothing specific to where it charted, how much it sold, and there are no critic reviews.
This does not bode well for Inside Story.
But I was able to pull a few online reviews.
When it's such a flop, you can't even get a critic to comment. Damn.
Was it a flop or did no one push it?
Oh, that's true. Poor Lalaine.
Yeah, come on now.
Sorry, I mean such a C word.
I pulled a few online reviews. On Amazon, reviews said it was a very good album considering it was her first one and she was 16.
That's very true. She's a child.
Yeah. Other comments were, all tracks rock. On Discogs, which is like a review website for music, with 3 reviews, it received a total score of 3.7 out of 5 stars.
That's pretty good.
So definitely a deep cut. And
it's
probably
such a deep cut.
A cult classic.
You know what? That's what I need to look. This is a cult classic in a way.
Yeah. All right. So kicking it off, we had something. I thought it was a good kickoff to an album. She's 16. It's her first one. I loved the angst in this song. I mean, the whole album really, but in this song, we had something. Don't act like it was nothing. What'd you think?
Yeah, I said belts right out the gate.
Yeah.
Like, just goes in there full force. I like her voice. Mm-hmm. It's kind of raspy.
Yep.
I wrote, it's like if the lead singer of Creed were a teenage girl. Like,
That's
especially when she sings like something.
Oh, that was good.
Thank
you. Really. I think you just need to sing like that. Like,
I need to channel my inner Lalaine.
Well, I'm like, I always think everyone can sing. They just need to find what fits them. Yes. You know.
I'm not half Filipina. I'm half Lalaine.
Yes.
Just the way I think she said something. It really. About the lyrics reminisce about a failed relationship that clearly seemed to mean more than the narrator, than her ex. This road has ended, and I never comprehended that you would have pretended not to feel anything at all. We had something. Don't act like it was nothing. I was crazy to think I was your baby.
Damn. Next up, All Fall Down. Again, I was really impressed by the melodies. You know, just like with Allie and AJ, you can tell she knows what she's doing. Like, no one just threw her in a studio because they wanted to make money off of her.
Yeah, the lyrics, like, it's a long, lonely road. Where do I go? Looking for some place that feels like home. I really like the line, it's my dignity that's saving me tonight. And then this is really relatable. Is this just a phase? Will all my tomorrows be this way? That is really some great teenage angst.
Yeah. Save Myself. It's a pure ballad here. It's just vocals and piano. And it wasn't for me. I didn't like her vocals just with the piano. So I would say it's a skip for me. Probably my least favorite on the album.
I wrote boring, sorry girl. Like, I feel really bad because I know she helped write this. But like, it is so interesting to get like a 16-year-old's point of view on these things. So like, she asks herself, is this what it's come to? She seems to think like breaking up or letting go of someone she cares about is like the only way to save herself. And the breakdown also is so sad considering her age when she wrote this.
Ooh.
You reach a point in life, you have to decide between what you want and what you need to survive.
Ooh.
Like,
is this like foreshadowing something?
Yeah, I'm like, this is so sad. There's not much about her. Like, not only is this album a deep cut, like, Lalaine as a person feels like a deep cut because she's not in the spotlight how all the other people are. And I know she like had a somewhat of a rough life. I don't know how rough, just spoiler alerts. She ends up having a meth addiction later in life. But
that'll happen to you.
It'll happen to you. Yeah, like that's part of what's just so shitty about growing up a person of color, daughter of immigrants in this time on a show like this in an industry that protects the adults and not the children and like lets them work in grueling conditions and all this just awful shit. And then who knows what other like mental stuff, but I know she's come out on the other side, so thank God. But like, that's such a deep thing to say for a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Deciding between like what you want and what you just need to do is to survive. Like, of all the things that she helped write, like that's heartbreaking.
You Wish. After a really disappointing song, we get You Wish, which is really fun, upbeat. And I think it might be my favorite on the album.
Yeah, I wrote this chorus. It's catchy.
Yeah, she was singing her heart out.
And the lyrics tell the story of pining for someone and possibly unrequited love.
Ooh.
And I think it's interesting that this song is written in second person.
Yeah.
So as you see yourself lost in his kiss, you wish. And I think that maybe some of the reason it was written in second person like that is because it was featured in You Wish. So like it's in the scene where like, I forget his name. He's just Tweety and Even Stevens, but he plays the main character in You Wish, and like he wakes up after like undoing his original wish that wreaked a bunch of havoc, and he's all excited, and this song plays. And so it's like when you said waking up, and you see blah, 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 whatever the lyrics are, you see him waking up in the movie. So I'm like, is that the only reason it's written like this? To just, it's because it was written for this moment in the movie? Probably.
Can't Stop.
Another track she co-wrote.
Yes. And what did you think of it?
I loved it. You could tell a kid wrote these. And like, so it's like,
I loved it too.
They feel like camp. Saw a movie. It was kind of bad. Who kept talking behind my back? Got a burger and I only ate half. It was one of those days. You just gotta laugh.
I feel that.
It's
relatable.
Right? I was like,
That was me the other
love
day. I only
this.
ate half a burger.
Did you really? You didn't eat? I would have finished that.
No, I'm
If
just playing.
Oh. I was like, what? You made really good burgers the other day. I was like, I would have eaten that.
I want to know if you heard this, but when I was finally on this song, I was like, what? Who does this, like, who is she sounding like on these songs? I feel like this song in particular just exemplified it. And I got, like, heavy Gwen Stefani, No Doubt era vibes. Do you hear it?
Fuck. My mind is blown.
Yeah.
Because she could do No Doubt stuff.
Right?
So, she would fucking kill it. She has that Gwen Stefani energy.
Yes.
Like, even just as a person, well, she doesn't pretend to be Asian. She is. So that's different.
It's too good.
But like, what song? It wasn't even a song that was on here. We'll talk about it. But like, when she performed on all that, when she performs live, I'm like, oh, this is so fun. I love her. And I mean, even with her having the backup dancers, and like of all of these Disney things, the backup dancers are always going way harder than the actual star. But I didn't really mind because like, it felt like you were at a little rock concert.
Yeah.
You know, like she was really out there doing that.
She was.
Another thing about the lyrics I need to discuss about this. This feels like Taylor Swift stuff right here. I was walking out when, not the sound, but the content.
Yeah.
I was walking out when you walked in with your James Dean glasses and your Elvis pin.
Oh.
What a tween fantasy. Like, love at first sight, basically, at the freaking movie theater. Because that was like a safe place to go without adults. Well, I'm sure fucked up shit has had the movie theaters. But like, that felt like a place like your parents could drop you off, you know?
Yeah, and
like
leave
there's an arcade and like
you
chaperoned for a little bit.
leave you unsupervised.
Like when you'd go to the mall. And it does the thing that we talked about last week, that in the last verse, the story changes.
Yes.
Because she saw a movie. Now the burger's really great. And the pin you were wearing, you put in my hand.
Ooh.
As I'm walking out the door with my James Dean man.
Oh,
the singing, though, like the sighing in this cracked me up, though. The fake sighs, the fake laughs. They get me every time.
Then we have You Know How to Hurt a Girl. I liked it. Had some nice harmonies.
The quality on the YouTube of this, because we can't stream it anywhere, it was so trash for me. I feel like at a certain point I was like, is there like a violin swelling? But did they also have like thunderstorm noises? Or was just...
I don't know about the thunderstorm noises, but...
or firework noises
but like,
or something?
it's definitely a slower song. So yeah, I think there was some strings.
Well, the
accompanying
reason
it.
I wasn't sure if there's a thunderstorm because the lyrics said, when the rain stopped falling, you call me out of the blue, acting like nothing's happened. Oh, that's just like you. And this is really about, to me, someone who was only there for the good times and like checks out when things get tough. What do they call those? Fair weather friends?
Yep.
Don't like those.
All right. True to me. I just kind of, it was a little forgettable. I probably would skip it, but I mean, the notion of the song was nice. Having to be true to me.
Yeah. As soon as it came out, I was like, God, another ballad girl.
Yeah.
It's ballads just aren't, not that she can't do it, but I'm like, this is...
You got to know your lane. Like me, I know I can't do a ballad, you know? It's not...
Well, when you said Gwen Stefani, I got so...
like,
No
when
Doubt,
she was in No Doubt,
specifically
yeah.
No Doubt. I was like, oh, like that got me so excited because I know she'd kill that.
Yeah. She and Miranda Cosgrove could do a great, like, one way or another duet. That'd be so good.
Fuck. We need
AI, get on that.
AI, no. Fuck AI for that. AI, write up a petition to get them to do that. To get the fans to sign. Oh, it would be so good. I would love that. Yeah, but the message is great, to your point. I never needed someone else to want me, to make me feel wanted, because deep down inside, I've always known who I am. All I am is true to me, faithfully. The one point I've honestly, I've wrestled with conformity. This is just, I found humorous. I'm like, it's quite an unpoetic way of saying it, but it does rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the rhyme in there. It's just funny because it's such a plain way to say it. Shake what you got.
Yeah, a little fun dance song.
You got something more upbeat again.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not love it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Melodically, it wasn't my favorite. This goes into like the real corny territory for me.
Yeah.
Ready or not, no matter what, do a little groove thing. I guess it's a New Year's Eve party. Take that clock off the wall. Times Square is about to drop the ball.
Oh god.
But she has the like rock and roll spunk in this song, which I do like. I appreciate what it's trying to do. It's just like not my favorite.
That's fair. Running in circles.
This is so boring to me.
Oh.
But you know me, like I'm just, for whatever reason, I'm very bad with slow songs. If you want to rock.
Ugh. My second least favorite on the album.
This is my favorite. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. We've had the opposite opinions on this whole thing. I love it. I said, like, I don't even care if it's corny. It's fucking fun. All you gotta do is turn your radio on. Oh, amazing. Radio Come and Save Me Tonight in the end, the repetition of that. I was like, yes, I love this.
All right, how about Life is Good?
The final song.
Yeah.
And she co-wrote this one, right?
Yes.
It was so slow again. So I was like, again, bored.
But did you hear like the bongos or the conga on the track?
Stop. Oh my God, I love that you said that because I literally wrote, ask Morgan, what are those drums? They're the same type. Listen, they're the same type of drums in Kiss the Girl from Little Mermaid, I think. That was my reference for what these
so
type
funny.
of drums are. You can hear it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I liked the lyrics though.
Yes, I did write that. Again, like the lyrics, like I feel like as a writer, her writing isn't as mature as like Allie or AJ's.
Oh no,
But the
definitely not.
sentiments are like they don't need to be that because like, oh, you're a child.
Yeah,
And thinking it from that point of view of like, no, like if I were 16, like yeah.
And
this
knowing
is
that
like-
she didn't work with any big name producer, like it's really impressive.
Yeah.
Better than what I was doing at 16.
That's the thing is they did not set her up for success.
Which I will get into in my final thoughts. Because I got some spicy final thoughts.
Ooh, okay. I just like feel like people did Lalaine dirty in a way that they didn't do with Vanessa Hudgens.
And they should have kicked her.
They tried. They gave her all the famous people.
All right, shall we move into Haunted?
Yes.
All right, it's a 3-song EP, and it was apparently put out by LVP Entertainment in 2004.
So this is only like a year later.
Yep, more pop rock. Fun fact, it was produced by Billy Burnett, which I don't know if you know who that is, but he was a part of the band Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. All right, what'd you think about Haunted?
I liked it. There was like I think Haunted wasn't my favorite, but Joyride and Such a Night I enjoyed.
Okay. Yeah, like definitely a darker song with Haunted. I liked it. It was maybe a little forgettable though.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah.
But like Joyride,
Joyride.
Again, the lyrics feel kind of juvenile, but it's
fun.
But it's fun, right? Okay, this is really a deep cut, but this is how I imagine like the 16-year-olds and Revolutionary Girl Utena, like my one favorite anime, felt like driving in this red convertible that like basically represented sex. But watch Revolutionary Girl Utena. It's on YouTube for free. But yeah, this is just like, oh, this is what it sounds like to be like a 16-year-old who's imagining what other 16-year-olds are doing that like are actually like, you know, not afraid to like break the rules and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is like what I would have thought because I wasn't doing anything in high school.
Yeah. It gave me more No Doubt vibes too on Joyride.
I I love the Snow Doubt comparison.
Yeah. And then the last song on the EP, Such a Night. Not a fan.
I liked that it was a rockabilly song.
That's what I didn't like.
But like it was, and I'm not even like really a rockabilly fan. I was just like,
Paige is the biggest.
I was like, this is fun. Like I just like seeing her, hearing her have fun.
All right, then we fast forward to 2009. This EP was called More Than Words Can Say, and it was self-released by Lalaine. Now, how'd you even come across this? Because I did not see this anywhere in her discography.
I was on YouTube, and you know how it has the playlist on the side? Like, I think it was either recommended or in like one of these like deep cut fans who I guess had the CD and uploaded stuff and liked it. I
Shout
don't know.
out to that person.
Yes, I should have. Sorry, I should have like
we should have got your
their
username.
name, like so other people could experience. Well, I guess I could just share the link. It was more so that I wanted to give them,
Yes,
give you a little shout out because we wouldn't have been able to listen to any of this. Yeah, she's 21 or 22 at this point. So I was like, okay, have her lyrics matured or anything because her voice matured. Maybe a little bit.
this won't hurt a bit.
The only thing I wrote, sorry, I started listening to these late. So the only thing I wrote was gong of a grandfather clock. that's the only note I have.
How about Doing Just Fine?
I liked that it was again more of a rock sound.
Yeah, I really liked
That's her
it.
forte. I noted that one person, and I'm with them, someone 14 years ago wrote, email it to me, please. Please spell PLZ, which just made it, and everything's lowercase. I don't know. It was just so good. Email it to me, please. Like, what?
What was the user's name?
I'm sorry, I can't shout out this user.
You should reply to it 14 years later.
Like, did they ever email you? Did they ever email you? Because I want it too. I want this file. But again, I have a streaming service, so I can't like upload a song that I download from YouTube.
Yeah. All right, and then the last song, My Jam. Jesus fucking Christ.
My Jam
Oh my fucking God.
was one of the worst songs. But amazing.
One of her worst songs, and probably one of the worst songs I've ever heard.
First of all, this is why I was like, I'm like, is she just like really not going through a good time? Because this is not good. Like, again, I was like looking for the lyrics to mature. This doesn't sound like anything. It's not her. It doesn't sound like her vibe. I don't know what she was trying. It's like a song about clubbing with maybe an interpolation of Funky Town.
Well, it was just like some of the lyrics and then how they were delivered. Like the delivery, it was cringe. Like, so when I push my body up on you, it's to let you know I want your flashlight. Bro, what?
Wait, how did I not catch that?
And then she goes, because I'm a dirty girl.
Oh, the part that I wrote down is when she sings, sexy, sexy, I'm sexy, sexy. God.
And how about, it's getting hot. I want to take my clothes off. I need some help.
Like, that's like a porn line. Hi. Right? Like, I need to take my shirt off. I have a cramp in my arms. This was like completely self-released. That's one of the other things we should know. This is not with Fleetwood Mac or anybody. This is
no Warner Bros, no Fleetwood Mac.
This was posted to Facebook 14 years ago. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, you can tell the progress is like, this is why I'm like, it's so bad, but I just know that she's not
doing well
through a good time. And like, she had such high hopes as a kid. Like when she was in a Filipino, like she was talking to the Filipino press over there about Flipside, that tourism Filipino show I was talking about. The newspaper says this: breaking into the local scene is also a possibility, but she plans to continue with her singing and acting career and win an Oscar or a Grammy in the future.
Aww.
She said life is short, no matter what I do, I just have to be happy. I'm glad that my family and friends keep me grounded. I'm just thankful to God and all the blessings. I'm always proud to be a Filipino. Like, so bright and sweet, and it makes me sad to know that, like,
Yeah.
she went through a tough time. So she did have troubles with the law. Unfortunately, in 2007, at the age of 20, she was arrested and charged with felony possession of meth, to which she later pled guilty. And after failing to appear at a mandatory court hearing, a $50,000 bench warrant for her arrest was issued, but later recalled. And as part of her plea deal and mandatory completion at a court-mandated drug rehab, the possession charge was expunged off her record. So she had that. She talked to Huffington Post about this. She said, I had a time where I went through what I call my dark years, where I just went nuts and stupid, just being angry and acting like I was so badass. That just turned into me digging myself in a deep hole. And after I got arrested, that was like a slap in the face that I needed to turn my perspective around. She said, I'm in a completely different place now, which is why it was so awesome that I felt good when I saw Hillary. I think this was like 2015 maybe or something. She's like, hopefully we'll keep in touch now. She and I exchanged numbers. She texts me a couple times, and it's just such a trip to randomly see her name pop up my phone now. It's like, yeah, we might not have spoken for 14 years, but somehow it's one of those things where it's probably just going to pick up where it left off, which is so sweet. And then they did get together again years later during the quarantine. So the cast of Lizzie McGuire, they got together and recorded like a mini reunion on Zoom.
Oh,
and they did like a table reading.
I think I remember that.
They did Between a Rock and a Bra Place. And I don't know if Lalaine was going to be on the Disney Plus Lizzie McGuire reboot, but it was scrapped anyway because they were trying to keep it a PG rating.
Boo.
And like even Hilary Duff was like, yeah. The realities of she's like, it's supposed to be following a woman in her 30s. You want this to be PG? What? Also, 4 years ago, she was on Christy Carlson Romano's Throwback Kitchen.
Nice.
And she wore Miranda's iconic red plaid hat, which was like a staple in Miranda's wardrobe.
We got to Photoshop it on you in the next photo.
Oh my God. I would love that. I would love to cosplay as Miranda.
Ooh. We should do that, and I'll be Gordo.
Yeah, so
and Kayla can be Lizzie.
My friend Kayla, she has the blonde wig, so break it out one more time. But it makes sense that, like I said, if you already are suffering with certain stuff, and then just the trauma of growing up as a young girl in this industry, and like I said, person of color, like daughter of immigrants, all these different things. And then who knows if she had some like stuff running in the family, like God knows. I do. Miranda said, oh my God, no. I'm so sorry, Lalaine. That's so like rude. I feel so bad. I think it's just because I connected with Miranda so much. But at the same time, maybe it's good she was out of the spotlight, because you don't want to spiral like this and have everybody up your ass about it. Like, it's not fair. It's just fucked up that you have to go through all of that with like a microscope on you. So for that, I'm glad that like it's better to have like, where's she now, than like having that all shit go down on TMZ. Oh, and also not to mention her getting kicked out of the band Vanity Theft. She played the bass in that band for only a year, maybe less than. I don't know. All I know is she started in 2010, and at some point in 2011, she was asked to leave. It was never disclosed why, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it had to do with like drugs or some sort of mental health thing.
Have you ever been asked to leave anything?
Stop. I was threatened to be kicked out of my mental health practice. That's how crazy I am, y'all.
I'm cutting you off.
But yeah, she was just like always go, go, go. She said she didn't really know what a kid's life was. Now she's just apparently holding down a job to pay the bills and doing random little projects.
Did you say how she was discovered?
No, let me see. Lalaine, her sister Christina had to beg her mom to drive her to her singing coach for vocal training in 1997, which she paid for in 3 months. It was then that Lalaine was discovered and performed as Little Cosette in Les Mis.
Oh, right. You had said yes. Okay.
I would be so pissed. Can you imagine if that happened with me and Lee? I don't know if Christina's younger or older, but can you imagine if, and Lee did go to singing lessons. Can you imagine if she went and then I tagged along, sang, and was discovered for Broadway? Lee would.
She would murder you.
I was going to say she'd kill herself. Oh, fuck. Okay. Sorry. I trigger warning. Unalive herself. And it's something my sister has to work on, which she does.
Would she find this funny?
I hope so. I'll ask her. Lee will vet this.
This is Morgan and Paige in post-production.
Chiming in to say, we called my sister, and they did indeed give us permission to make this joke. We have one more song to talk about that I just remembered. Did
What?
you hear it? We're gonna. You might have to do a live react or a pause, and then I need your reactions. There's a song that I don't remember how this came about. I'm Not Your Girl, and there's a music video for it.
Oh, we gotta do a live react.
Let's live react. Okay, this was like really popular. I like kind of vaguely remember
this. Is amazing.
It's so good, and she looks so cute. Like her look.
Stop. She sounds just like Gwen in No Doubt.
It's so good, and this has like No Doubt vibes.
Yeah, even the fucking music video.
The music video is, oh, it's so good. This is the song.
This needs to go on the Spotify if it were.
If we could find
streaming.
this, I'm Not Your Girl would be on Manufactured Bops, hands down. It's good, and it's really good. She was before her time.
Yeah, this came out in 2005.
2005. So how old would she have been then? Math. Come on,
18.
Morgan. 18.
She was born in 87, right?
Yeah. And she, like, come on. She's clearly talented. They did not push her how she needed to be pushed. Yes, this comment here. This one Disney Channel star that deserves more fame. She was so underrated as a singer. Yes. Yeah, oh my God. Stop. This comment. She was like the first Demi Lovato of Disney. That vibe. Someone said, yeah, it was a pick-me girl anthem before pick-me girls were even a thing. Yes. That was like a great happy note, I think, to end this on, is that Lalaine is underrated. She had so much potential.
Yes. Disney fumbled it. Warner Bros. Fumbled it.
I would love for Lalaine to make some more music and, again, lean into this stuff. Not whatever that My Jam was.
My Jam.
I don't understand how that was anyone's jam. It's not good. But this, girl, I would support you. And ditto to what Morgan said. Miranda Cosgrove, Lalaine, get together. Please leave a review and we will enter you to win some little goodies. I'm talking fun stickers, maybe a Claire's item or two, just little like treasure box fun things. Yeah, so within the next like 2 weeks, if you leave a review, I will put your name in the running for little goodies, little throwback goodies.
All right, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Mwah.